first ever episode of the Nashville Soundcheck. I know you're new to this, and you've never heard of the show before or talked to me or John. It's a pleasure to have you on.
So I don't know how this works, but do I give completely accurate and not like hot takes on this?
You spurt nonsense for about 3/4 of the show, and then 1/4 is like a little bit less nonsense.
Okay.
I was gonna say there are absolutely zero memes. Completely serious show for the entire duration.
Yep.
What are y'all's opinions on Crocs?
I love Crocs.
I saw a reel today
Big
where
Croc
someone
guy.
had 3D printed a spoiler to put on their Crocs when they're in sport mode, and I thought it was funny.
Nice. Okay, I think we're gonna get along just fine.
Yeah. Well, welcome to yet another episode of the Nashville Soundcheck with your three favorite Rat Kings, Brian, John, and Travis. How's it feel, my fellow rats, to be in the semifinal?
Actually,
wild.
I do have the Great Mouse Detective Funko Pops above me up here, so it is fitting, I suppose.
I don't think Club America fans were ready for us just to embrace what they thought was an insult.
Have you already ordered that hat from Local 615, Brian?
I'm going to.
Okay.
As a Rat King, I feel like I deserve that hat.
Stuart Little Tifo win. Oh, he's a mouse, though.
Yeah, there's a difference between a rat and a mouse. Like a mouse is cute, right? I need a rat.
Like Ratatouille.
Yeah.
Hold on. Why can't
Who
I see
NSC
the-
adjacent wears hats that we could joke about as being controlled by a rat?
Me.
Brian, I need you to take your hat off right now.
No, absolutely not. Okay, so how do you? I don't know how much we can talk about this Minnesota game other than they got fucking stomped.
Shit on.
I mean, to be fair, red card pretty early, kind of ruined them. But like, to be fair to us, they had 2 banks of 4 the entire match. So like,
Yeah.
you still kind of sucked on defense, right? Like, to a point, you can't be letting in 5 goals. Like, they just got stomped. We stopped trying halfway through the game, and we still scored 5 goals.
Since we have the coach on here with us, could we get some coaching insight as to what you saw before the red card, and then obviously how the red card changed Minnesota's approach?
Hold on. I'm trying to see the Twitch chat. I turned on Twitch. I'm a boomer, dude. Hold on. How the fuck do I see?
Travis is about to shit his pants trying to open chat.
Fuck it, I give up. So what you? I thought. Well, they did sub on. Was it Valentine?
Yeah.
Minnesota. They subbed on another basically defender.
NSC legend.
They put on another center back right away. Like, they had 2 banks of 4 the entire game.
I think at that point they were just trying to get out with the respect, like make it respectful. I don't know. They were just trying not to make it a blowout. They didn't look like they were doing too much going forward. After the red card, obviously they just, I don't know. They try to keep it close. I don't think they thought they could probably get a win out of that. To be honest, 2-0 instantly right after the red card.
I think they had one viable chance the rest of the match after that red card, and I mean, obviously it didn't go in, but they were just sitting back trying to hold on for dear life, and old man Dax McCarty was shredding them and setting up beautiful plays and being an absolute monster, and everyone else around him was. I mean, the entire team was clicking. It was fucking beautiful to watch.
I'll say Dax probably had one of his best games this season. In that game, he was just pinging balls left and right. Was it his ball over top the Schaffelberg on the initial red card?
Yeah, on the left too.
Yeah,
Like
and then
he hit that into the channel with his off foot.
And then the second half, he hit another ball of Schaffelberg, which was the surge goal. He popped it over top. Then Schaffelberg played it across goal. And Scherz tapped it home basically while falling over.
Yeah,
so I think Dax probably had his best game this season. with just basically dropping dimes.
Dax had his best game this season after having his best game this season the game before. Like the game against Club America, we won because of Dax, essentially. Dax put in the
Just
ball to
solely
Hani.
because of that ball. Yeah.
To get us that win. In the game before that, Dax gets the winning PK. We are here because Dax is absolutely on fire and playing way above his age currently. He's playing way better than he should be at, 74 years old or whatever, however old he is.
Oh, let's put some respect on Daddy Dax's name. Let's not go 74, man.
Who was taking respect away from Dax's name?
Nah, dude.
Brian called him 74 years old.
I've said every range of 30, and I still don't know if I'm right, so I'm just going overboard at this point.
I mean, if the phrase is it's not the years, it's the mileage, like he died 2 years ago.
Okay.
Hey,
the man has been running for years.
He is performing.
I loved out of everything that happened last game, his little flick onto Hani was absolute sex. Like Pookie was there, and he was the defender that Hani ran around, even though he's not really a defender.
I was about to say
his face was in pure awe whenever that flicked off of Dax and went right to Hani. And it was just beautiful to see. I watched a replay of that today, actually. I noticed that.
I like seeing up by a lot of goals confident Nashville, because once we got up by 2, it was almost as if they were just toying with Minnesota and just trying to see what ridiculous thing they can do next. I've never seen Hani. Yeah. Hani is very confident on the ball. Don't misconstrue this. Hani is one of the most confident people on the ball in MLS. I've never seen him more like relaxed and just like having fun with it than I saw against Minnesota. It was beautiful to watch. And honestly, I do not have much else to say about this game. Like, get shit on. That's it.
I mean, there's not really too much to say about it. I mean, if it was a 11-man Minnesota the entire time and smacking them 5-0, that's one thing.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I'm happy they smacked the crap out of them after the red card. But yeah, I'm also glad they took advantage of the red card, because there's plenty of teams who don't. They only win 1-0 and look bad doing it. It's good to see that, but I'm not going to read too much into it, just because it is one. It's all due respect to Minnesota. It is Minnesota. They've always been kind of like up and down.
Yeah.
But also, it's a 10-man Minnesota, and with the people that we have, we should beat them anyways without the red card. It's a good game. Good confidence booster going into the Monterrey game. I thought I'm more happy with the Club America result, with the fight that they showed against arguably the best soccer club in North America, in Club America. So I read more into that result rather than Minnesota. But cool to see Surge bag two in 2 games. So
yeah, 2/3 of the way to Ake Loba's goal total. I cannot be more happy with kind of the series of events in this Leagues Cup, right? Like, we beat Cincinnati, right? Arguably the best team in MLS. We beat them in PKs. Rival, kind of removed those demons from losing to them twice already this year. Great, cool. Go into the Club America game, playing with house money. We beat them in spectacular fashion with that crazy last-second goal, go into PKs, win on PKs, and then we go and we stomp on Minnesota. I feel like these 3 games have built up so much confidence in this squad, and not to mention has gotten Surridge kind of into the rotation, used to playing off of Hani, used to playing in his new situation. Going into this semifinal, I am feeling cautiously, very cautiously, but really good about this semifinal. And I don't know about y'all, but I feel pretty good about it.
I don't know that I felt good about a game since like March. It's just that incredible unease with like,
oh, I'm uneasy.
We could dominate or we could get dominated.
I'm uneasy.
There's not really an in between.
And can we also acknowledge that I called everything beat for beat for the Minnesota game? Like, in our podcast before, I didn't say 5-0, but I said 4-0. And then after the red card, I tweeted out, Surge comes on, scores, Hani scores, Monterrey wins, we host the final. That's like the dream scenario. And then boom, 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 all happened. So I feel like I deserve a round of applause. John, I will wait for your claps. Go.
I'm
Clap.
Church of Christ, so
Clap.
I cannot clap.
Clap.
It's literally against my religion.
And Travis, can you clap, please? Please
I
clap.
wasn't here for that, so don't
Fuck.
count.
Somebody clap for me.
Got him. Let's go.
You know, I'm going to end the podcast early. I'm going to go cry. Let my friends clap for me.
I was surprised at how the second half went. Because with the red was in what, like the 34th minute or something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it was 10 minutes and change. Nashville gets 2. There was a very inquisitive child in the row in front of me asking me a bunch of questions about stuff. And when the red card happened, I was like, Adrian Heath has been around for a while. He's a English coach. He's going to go in. He's going to get them squared away at halftime. And, we'll see what the second half looks like. And then when Nashville just blitzed them again in the second half,
They folded. It was so fast, and I was honestly shocked. I was shocked as well, just seeing how fast they folded it right after the second half. It looked like they were just all sitting deep. They didn't really have much going forward. Pookie's not going to beat 4 defenders with pace at all.
He tried.
He tried.
They had some really good breaks.
His shots were awful, though.
What do you think?
They were horrible.
What do you think? Say that run doesn't happen, right? Where Schafferberg gets tripped up. No red card. How do you think that game ends?
1-0, 2-0
4-2.
Nashville. I think 2-0 Nashville.
I don't think we would have scored 5, but it would have been like a 2-0-3. Like we would it felt good. Like I feel like we would have come out in the second half and been just as dominant as we have been.
Yeah. I mean, I still think Nashville would have got one before the end of the first half.
Yeah.
I think Nashville still wins that regardless. So.
I thought Nashville was going to win it regardless, red card or not.
Yeah, I agree.
But I will take 5 goals, and I will take our most dangerous players scoring those goals. Because as a goal scorer, sometimes all you need to do is see a ball go in the net a couple times to hit a streak. And boy, would it be great if Surge and Hani hit a streak these next 2 games in Leagues Cup. If they just both popped off and kept scoring.
I mean, Hani he had 3 assists last game, and then Surge is back-to-back games with goals.
Yeah.
So they're kind of already on a streak, if you want to call it that.
Hani had 3 assists, 1 goal, and then almost had another one in like the 89th or something.
Okay, but one of Hani's assists was bullshit, and we all need to acknowledge that.
I'll take it.
He outside of the foot flicked it. There's no way that was deliberate. It isn't.
You just don't appreciate German excellence.
Yeah, John, you'll never be a Call of Duty trick shotter with that attitude. Always on purpose.
John, you'll never be a U13 coaching legend if you don't recognize.
Okay, there we go.
John, you will never coach a middle school girls team against Texas Tech University and draw.
It's true. It'll never happen.
You'll never understand the trials and tribulations of middle school girls soccer if you don't understand that.
It changes a person.
It really does.
It changes a person.
Now, why do you think Travis hasn't been here? He just has to emotionally recover. It changes you.
We haven't lost yet. We're undefeated.
Have you played?
1 game.
Don't tell Nashville radio hosts that. They'll scream at you that you're not undefeated. Super callback there.
Oh God.
So how are you guys feeling going into the semifinal? How do you feel going against Monterrey? Have you watched them at all? Did you watch that LAFC match? What are you guys thinking?
I'm worried. I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Monterrey is a very good team.
They are one of the Mexican giants. They are a great team. They are scary. They're deep. They're talented. But have you watched the last 2 games? Like really watched the last 2 games?
We can definitely bullshit our way past them. What the heck's happening?
They beat Portland 1-0, and the 1 goal, I think it was their striker had no less than 20 yards of space in a circle around him at the top of the box when he scored that goal. And that's the only goal they scored. Then they play LAFC. They score on an own goal. they score a penalty and then one legitimate goal that was like a tap in after a save. I'm not saying we're going to beat them. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but I'm saying these last two games, especially a Portland team that I feel like Nashville could beat, an LA team that Nashville could beat, they held their own and looked okay against them other than the collapse at the end of the LAFC game. It's not out of the question that we can win this game, especially with Hani and Sam catching on fire.
I mean, yeah, but it also like I feel like it takes a certain kind of team to beat LAFC in 25 minutes at the end of the game. And it wasn't, I know it was an own goal, but it wasn't that Dallas own goal against Miami. Like he is selling. So I'm intimidated because like you all are saying, Monterrey is in probably the best form of any team on the continent.
I think they haven't lost to an MLS team.
They haven't lost in
Ever.
the tournament yet, I don't think.
Well, and they just signed Tecatito, but I doubt he's available tomorrow because they signed him today.
Yeah.
I think it depends on which Nashville comes. If it's the one versus Toluca where we just gave away like stupid goals, yeah, we're gonna get our shit kicked in. But
Travis, I have unfortunate news.
What's that?
It's going to be the one that showed up against Toluca that sits back and tries to hit on the counter.
And that's about Toluca, dude. They didn't even defend well. Like they weren't sitting back and defending well is Nashville's thing. They sat back but did not defend well. They let the Toluca midfielder run straight down our spine, and no one stepped to them, and they scored. That's not the Nashville, typical Nashville. Typical Nashville doesn't allow people to just run down their throat down the middle. They compact the middle, force them out wide, and defend crosses because we have Walker freaking Zimmerman heading everything out.
Yeah.
If it's the defense that we saw against Cincinnati or Club America, I think we win 1 or 2-0 just purely off the counter alone. I think having Schaffelberg, Hani, and Surridge running at teams on the counter really helps. But
and Fafa. I mean, we can't forget the other speed burner that the team has.
He's on my shit list ever since his stupid red card versus Cincinnati. But
it's fine. Who hasn't wanted to get a red card against Cincinnati?
True.
Raise your hand.
That's just ignorance. Just doing that when he knows he's already on a yellow, it's so stupid. He pissed me off because we drove all the way up there and he did that. So and he's on my shit list. But he can make it up. He's not permanently there, but I think
the difference between Travis and Gary.
So
he's not permanently on your shit list.
I mean, Gary's probably pissed too. I'll be honest.
Once you get on Gary's shit list, though, that you live there, you have a mortgage.
Yeah.
Hey, let's talk about
just
Alex.
Move your family
Will,
in.
Alex freaking Will, baby. He cooking right now. Randall Leal does not walk into the starting 11 as long as Alex is playing the way he is right now.
Well, yeah, because his ankle's fucked up. He's not walking anywhere.
I'm talking about when he gets healthy. He is not walking back.
Randall Leal posted on his Instagram yesterday. He is training. He is back at training. He's running. He's doing training. So I don't think he'll be ready for this, but by the time MLS season starts back.
That header by Alex was absolute sex, though. That was beautiful.
Do you think man bun Alex makes that, or do you think the hair throws off the header?
I feel like buzz-haired Alex has that dog in him.
I agree.
I mean, they both have a 23 dribble success rate, but one has a dog in him, one doesn't.
Got that dog.
What if he had gone mullet instead of just shaved?
You know, he might be getting the Schaffelberg effect if he went mullet.
That's what I'm saying.
I think mullet's the answer for him, to be honest.
I mean, I think mullet's the answer for everybody.
Here's
Hani
the
with
difference.
a ramen hair mullet.
Here's the difference for me from, because you mentioned the Toluca game and you like the team that came out for that, they come out for this, whatever. Here's the thing. When we were playing Toluca, we were still reeling from that like 3 weeks of just shitty fucking awful soccer, right? And we were kind of getting our groove back. We did well against Colorado, and that was a good first step. But then once we get kind of out of that and into the elimination rounds, we have been getting consistently better on the field. And I personally think I'm not saying the team's on fire. I'm not saying they're going to win. All I'm saying is we are in a much better place now than we were against Toluca. The pressure of will this ever improve? Will this ever get better? Is not entirely gone, but certainly better than it was. And I think they come out with a lot of confidence after the last 3 matches.
Oh, I mean, 100%. Form is an actual thing in soccer.
Yeah.
And so leading up to Toluca, like we were on a stretch. We won one game. It was the St. Louis game.
Yeah.
Or was it DC? I can't remember. It was like one game and
DC, I think.
It was like one game in 7 matches that we had actually won. And we had like what 6 red cards or 4 red cards in 6 matches, or vice versa. One of those.
It was 6 because it was 4 in 2 matches, but then there were, I think there were a couple of games where there was 1 each.
Yeah, so we had we had 6 red cards in 4 matches or whatever. So we were in horrible form, and running into Toluca, I mean, we started bagging goals, but we were leaking them as well. And I think, obviously beating Cincinnati the way we did, and then beating Club America, and then now we're beating Minnesota. We're on a 3-match win streak, obviously, and I think the guys have found their form. People are healthy outside of Leal, and then we add a DP striker who's obviously scoring goals in back-to-back appearances. I think it's only looking up from there, but I still worried a little bit Monterrey because they have a lot of quality not only on the pitch but on the bench as well. And that's the price you pay with MLS, though, because you don't have necessarily the like-for-like subs in terms of quality coming off the bench. Like, Hawkinson's not the same as Hani Mukhtar or as, a Schaffelberg. But I still think the game could definitely go our way. It's at home. Nashville at home's a different Nashville than on the road. So I think we're firing on all cylinders right now. People are healthy. We got them going. So
what you're omitting here and forgetting is Leagues Cup is rigging this for the matchup everyone wants, Philadelphia versus Nashville in the final. Obviously, that's been the master plan all along, and our overlords at Leagues Cup have blessed us with paid-off referees the entire way.
Now, people want to see Hani Mukhtar versus the Argentine Hani Mukhtar.
Well, he just beat an Argentine left-footed number 10, so I don't know what else we really need to
why
prove.
does he need to beat another one? He's not going to make it there anyways.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's the GOAT versus the GOAT. I mean, we'll see. Hani going to show Messi levels or Pessi levels.
Can we talk about how H-Man in chat? Can we talk about how weird that Hawk for Shaq sub was? It just moved Alex to right back, so I didn't really think anything of it.
I'll be honest, I didn't really recognize it until I saw like 26 on the field. I'm like, what is Hawkinson doing on the field? I didn't realize he stepped on for Shaq. Yeah. I was like, at that point, I kind of tuned out. I was like, oh, we're up. We won this.
Well, I mean, I feel like Shaq is one of those players, like, you're never really going to get the chance to rest him because, again, the backup right back is Alex Mawil.
Yeah.
So
a red card up by a few goals, take his ass out.
Yeah, exactly. And just let, the Energizer Bunny run around for 20 minutes.
Did you see the Gary interview where he was like, yeah, I was telling Hani he's going to come out in a minute, and then Hani said, no, I want to stay in. And then, like, as Hani said that, Shaq was like, yeah, but can I come out? Like, and that's when that sub happened.
Hani has that dog in him, Shaq. It's, I don't know about that dog right now.
Well, and it's not even that dog. He scored, right? It's more, when does he rest? Never.
Yeah.
That was the time he rests.
That's one of those toxic, like, you want your star players to play every minute of every game, and you don't ever think about, like, no, he's human. Like, he would like to rest if he has the ability to rest.
Yeah. And Hani's not coming out. Hani is all in on this and any other tournament he's in. He is actively mad almost every time he gets pulled out. Watch him as he goes to the sideline. He is pissed every single time.
Yeah.
My watch is talking.
Which,
to me.
You want that type of competitor.
Back. Absolutely.
Talk back to it, Brian.
I think in the post game they asked him why didn't Hani come out, and Gary was like, Hani will let me know when he wants to come out or whatever.
Hani was sitting next to him, and he's like, "Bad question, man." He actually said that, like in the interview.
That's amazing.
So
Do we know who asked that question?
No, I have no.
Being
clue.
right. I don't know. I have no idea.
Got him. Let's
Damn.
go.
Oh,
Damn.
I'm just joking, Ben.
So the implications of this, right? If we win or lose this match, we still have a match on Saturday, correct? And would we host? We'd host either way, yeah.
I think we would go to Philly.
Would we go to Philly?
Think so.
Either way, we need to win in our next 2 matches one time. We are playing
or 2 times.
or 2 times. I would love 2 times. 2 times would be fantastic. But right now we're playing with house money. Like, I didn't expect us to get this far. I don't think a lot of people expected us to get this far.
I mean, look at our form going into this tournament. I thought we were going to get grouped at that point.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to get grouped. When I saw Cincinnati, I honestly felt like that would be the end right there.
Yeah. It wasn't so much I thought that we would get grouped. I wanted us to get grouped.
To just regroup. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Regroup, take a month off. Like, there's going to be a team that got, like, there's going to be an MLS team that got grouped out of the Leagues Cup, and they're going to start the season back next week on fire.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be us.
Same.
I didn't want us to get grouped, but all I cared about was beating Toluca, which didn't happen. But I then got the gift of beating Club America, so who gives a fuck about Toluca?
Yeah.
I mean, somebody somewhere, I'm sure.
No, their fans were cool. I didn't mean it that way. At that point, I'm just glad we beat Club America. But
I was glad we beat Colorado. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, at that point in time, yeah, I was happy for any amount of win.
I was just happy we didn't get a red card.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Which reminds me, don't we have suspensions to serve once we get back to MLS play? Isn't
probably Taylor and Fafa? Yeah.
Yeah. So let's hope that's behind them and we don't have to deal with that the rest of the year. Knock on wood, but it seems like they've remedied whatever the fuck was happening. And by remedied, I mean paid the refs so we could beat Club America.
Of course. What do you think GAM is for?
Yeah. That's why we've been collecting it this entire time.
Yeah. Who needs international slots when you can bribe officials?
Yeah, with GAM, they got all that sweet GAM. Just walked up and gave him as many Garber bucks as you could hold.
For legal purposes, I'm joking, but I'm not.
For legal purposes, I'm serious. Pay the fucking refs. I want a trophy.
There we go.
I'm a rat.
Yeah.
Let's go. Squeak, motherfucker.
Bro, if Club America can pay the refs in the league for more than half of their trophies,
dude,
and they get Meckies,
correct me if I'm wrong. The television network that owns Club America has a pretty large stake in Liga MX. Am I wrong?
I don't know.
And they also air the games.
I'm glad you asked that, Brian. I don't know.
I've done like, precisely zero research.
I'm like 80% sure. Someone else looked this up, but I'm spreading misinformation right now. Believe it until proven otherwise.
Oh, that's true. Those red card suspensions are now against Atlanta because the New England game got moved.
Which
it's just fun. I also say it's just fun. It's fun. Everybody, I ain't gonna say it.
But yeah, okay. So in chat, yeah, Televisia owns them and a couple teams in Liga MX. I don't know if they own part of Liga MX as a whole, but if anyone's going to pay someone off or be sketchy, I feel like it's Club America. And based off of every other fan base that was super stoked we beat Club America, it seems like they already do.
I mean, the VAR ref is from Liga MX anyway, so...
Yeah. So, we if you want to hear me scream about all that, check out last episode. But
it's true.
I will revel. I will bathe in the tears of Club America fans for the rest of the time until they beat us. Which
that sounds bad for your skin.
In on my watch, hasn't happened. So shit on. If we played them again, I'm gonna be so insufferable. I'm gonna love it. It's gonna be delicious.
You're gonna earn your
Super
unofficial
two.
Croc Block membership.
Yeah. Okay, boys. So let's give official predictions. Let's do.
Oh no.
Okay. Here's what I want. Predictions of the Nashville Monterey game. Predictions of the Miami Philadelphia game, and then how you think the final and the third place game will shake out based off those two predictions. John first.
I am going to. I'm gonna do the thing that you should never do when you have a show based on a specific team. I'm gonna pick against that team.
Okay.
I think Monterey wins tomorrow. But I've also been reading that Messi is nursing a knock, and I think a less than 100% Messi is not good enough against Philadelphia. I think Philadelphia wins.
We still play Messi.
So I think it's Monterey against Philadelphia, and Miami still comes here.
Okay. How do you think that shakes out?
He's still less than 100%, and Hani will tell him how important it is to be 100%, because he will be. And Nashville just runs all over the defense optional Inter Miami for a 4-2 victory.
Hell yeah.
Qualifying for Champions League.
Hey, if that happens, that scenario, I would be incredibly upset tomorrow. But looking back at the tournament, I would be happy.
Yeah, agree.
Travis, what you feeling?
I think Nashville beats Monterrey. I think they start Schaffelberg and he cooks them because they're not used to the mullet and pace. I think it's 2-1. I think Nashville gets a late goal to win it. Tim Surge, baby, 3 for 3.
Yeah.
Then I think Miami is so worried about a knock on Messi that they don't even play him against Philly. And then Philly, it's your cash cow. You can't risk playing him and he get injured and not playing for several MLS games. So I think it's Philly-Nashville in the final. And I think Nashville beats them in PKs for revenge.
Yes! I love it!
That's my call right there.
Oh, I love that. Oh, that's great.
Then third place, who cares about third place? Because if you're not first, you're last. So.
True. Okay, so I'm feeling it. I watched. I didn't watch the full game. I watched the like 15-minute recap of Monterrey's last two. Right. I feel like these last two, Monterrey played well, but they got relatively lucky, quote unquote, on their goals. Like the Portland one was one they should have scored. The dude had 20 yards and no one in between him and the goalie. Prior to that, Portland had plenty of chances that they did not finish on. Then the LAFC game, LA had two key chances they put away. They had the penalty, whatever. Then Monterrey's goals were kind of fluky. They were own goal, PK, and then a rebound, right? If Nashville comes out and plays defensively how they should play, and there's no depth issues or anyone picks up a knock or anything like that, it will be a close game. It'll end like 2-1, or it'll be like 1-1 and go into PKs, and we'll all want to cry at the stress levels. But I think Nashville gets out of that game. The Messi thing, did they confirm he was injured in any way? I saw the photo that you guys were talking about, but I don't want to base any opinions off of the one photo.
No one said that he's out. It's just speculation. He is he tweaked it.
He just appeared to have a boo-boo.
Yeah, he's favoring his left leg.
Yeah.
But there's no injury report with him on it or anything. One, I don't think they're even out yet. The injury reports aren't even out yet for tomorrow's game.
So
but it's just he looked like he was favoring his left leg or whatever. But I think mine was just pure speculation, and that they're gonna cater to him, make sure he's not hurt or anything. So.
Yeah. So I think he plays. I think they do fine. He gets his goals, whatever. They beat Philadelphia. Nashville, Miami, final. That final terrifies me because it can go so many ways. Watching Miami versus Dallas absolutely fried Miami on the counterattack. And
Yeah.
which team that is left is famously really good on the counterattack? Who has
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Who has two of the
Schaffenberg,
Schaffelberg and Fafa.
Schaffenberg FC.
We have two of the fastest freaks of nature in the league. We have a striker that's on fire. We have Hani Mukhtar, right?
Hani Mukhtar's fast too. Don't forget about that.
He is fast. Fuck, you want to put
He's sneaky
Taylor?
fast.
If you want to put Taylor out there in the second half just to run at him, sure. So that game can go that direction where it's like, oh, we're gonna have like a 6-5 final because we're sprinting at them trying to keep up, and they're getting cooked on the counterattack, but then they have Messi, and because we're so tired, when they come back, Messi's been walking around sucking his thumb for like 15 minutes, gets the ball and does magic and scores, right?
Here's the thing about teams that play Messi though. Every team he's played against has played expanded. We don't do that. And
Yeah.
so when you play expansive, you give him space to just drop into or pick the holes in the defense where he just kind of drifts into, and Busquets just pops the ball in there. Nashville's so compact that I don't think he's going to get that space. They're going to swarm, and Lord, God forbid, get away 2-foot tackle goat. But I just don't think.
I could see it happening, man.
I don't think we're going to give him that much space. So he's going to have influence on the game,
Of course,
but
best player of all time.
Being that compact will limit the other players on his team that I feel like aren't very good.
Like I said, watching Miami against Dallas gave me confidence for us offensively if we were to play them. And then exactly what you just said gives me confidence on defense. It does not have me like overwhelmingly being like, yes, we would beat Miami if we were to go against them in the final, but it would be close. It'd be a good fucking game. It'd be probably Miami's biggest challenge to that point, and pending the Philadelphia game. So I'm not going to predict a winner there. It's going to go to PKs, and who fucking knows. But first, we got to eat Monterey. So let's do that first. Yeah, that's it.
All right, what are we thinking in chat? I know we had a 2-1 Nashville earlier. I imagine that's for tomorrow's game. Gosh, could you imagine just how upset all of the local, going off of H-Man's comment here, the first pro championship in Nashville to be won in Nashville,
Bro, here's
by
the thing.
Nashville SC.
Here's the thing.
I don't think any local person's actually gonna be mad because Nashville is so starved from.
They'll just have to talk about it.
No,
though.
they
That's the
won't
thing.
fucking acknowledge it. Like some will. Like Robbie Stanley, friend of the show, a friend of mine, loves soccer. I see him in NSC games. He would think it's a big deal, right?
Yeah. The show
but-
that Will Bowling is on would probably talk about it.
Of course. But, the what the fuck is his name? Jared
We don't talk about him. If you don't talk about him, he's not real.
Bogle?
that guy.
Fogel.
Yeah.
Travis. God damn.
Here's the thing. No matter I've stopped replying to people like that who want to have any reason to shit on Nashville SC and soccer in Nashville and whatever, because there's just always going to be a group that will just die mad. And I've come to realize that the proof is in the pudding, and that we constantly have a full stadium, and I see NSC jerseys and gear and bumper stickers and shit everywhere. If I'm out in an NSC shirt, I get stopped and people talk about the club. Like, I don't give a fuck anymore what these radio personalities and people who only watch the Titans and the Vols say about NSC. I just don't care. So they can die mad, and I will celebrate the fuck out of whatever accomplishment we have.
Here's my thing. I think you hear about all the time, like when you say, oh, they won a major championship, and people dismiss MLS. A lot of those people that do that are from cities that have won other sports championships, right?
That's fair.
Like Toronto, they won theirs. They're like, oh, we got the Raptors or whatever, or
They
whatever.
also have the Maple Leafs.
Maple Leafs, whatever. Or like, who else? New York City. They won. They have tons of championships up in New York, but Nashville has 0 sports championships.
Yeah.
So I think based off that alone, you're going to see more sports broadcasters around here tout it, and put it on the pedestal and talk about it than what she might give credit, honestly. Just because this sports market is so deprived of a championship, because there's none, that they're actually going to like kind of brag about it, because it's the only thing they have. They don't have like,
exactly.
Oh, well, my Yankees have X amount, because it's not New York. And so I think they're so desperate to talk about some type of championship for a sports team. They will acknowledge MLS, regardless of what cup it is. You know?
I think you're right. But I still think we're very early in this soccer professional, like Major League Soccer journey in Nashville, that I have still had to, because people outside of the soccer fandom, like the main bubble, are realizing something's going on, because I've had to explain what's going on with the League's Cup and whatever 3 or 4 times in the past couple days, and why it's such a big deal. That if we win this game, right, there needs to be a huge campaign by NSC, by the fans, by whatever, to even more so inflate the importance of what would be coming up, right? Because up until this point, the games have not sold out because people don't understand what the importance of this midseason tournament is. They don't understand what the importance of CONCACAF Champions League is. They don't understand the implications of winning this, going to Champions League, possibly going to this expanded Club World Cup. They don't get that yet. And every time I've explained it to someone, they're like,
I forgot about the expanded Club World Cup.
Every time I've explained it to someone, they're like, oh shit, this is like a big deal. I just thought it was like a weird like mid-season thing they do. And that needs to be done more by everyone involved. And I think if we win this, hopefully they start doing that a little bit more leading up to Saturday.
I think a lot of the lower attendance for Leagues Cup has to do with, one, school's back.
Yeah.
And the schedule is very fast. Like, oh, we play this 3 days or 4 days from now. And so people are scrambling to figure out what they're doing. And I mean, I just looked, Monterey gives an 8:30 kickoff. There's no way in hell you're going to get families coming to an 8:30 kickoff on a school night.
Yeah.
That's like us playing in the Western Conference time zone. Like, that's stupid. Then you have the fact that Club America tickets were $50 a pop. Before, like, regular league games, like $25 for like where I would sit. But I looked at it on Leagues Cup, and it was like $50-something, $55. And so not only price gone up, it's a short notice, and with school being back, 8:30 kickoffs are just ridiculous to ask for. And let's face it, a majority of our fan base is a lot of families and a lot of kids.
Yeah.
I know this just from coaching travel. A lot of these kids like, oh, we have season tickets. My whole family goes, and they're like 4 or 5 kids. And so it's very hard to get those people who take up a large part of our season ticket members to come to these games at such a late time. But that being said, like weekends, you do expect a little more. Don't get me wrong. But I think there's a lot more that may factor into it with as far as attendance goes. But also, like you said, not many people know what Leagues Cup is.
Yeah.
They get like just like Open Cup, just a random cup tourney in the middle of the thing.
And it's like I said, as soon as you explain the significance and what the implications are and what can happen, like everyone I've told, and this has happened 3, 4, 5 times, like is like, oh shit, that's crazy. You know, like when I explain we beat Club America, like the best team on the continent historically forever. We're playing another one, the Mexican, Giants, where it's against 2 leagues. It's leading into this one thing that could lead into this other thing. Like, people understand that. And I honestly, personally, I think Nashville did not expect to get to this stage, because if you noticed, they promoted like they always do, but there was not as big of a push. And I don't think they had budget allocated to push this tournament.
No.
And when we got to the semifinals, I don't know if you all have noticed, there's billboards fucking everywhere now. My coworker today, who knows next to nothing about soccer, came in and was like, what's happening? Why do I see billboards for a semifinal like everywhere? And I think now there's a scramble to be like, okay, let's go, let's get people in. And I don't know if you've looked at the Ticketmaster, but the bottom bowl is basically almost sold out, and the top bowl is about halfway sold out. So
Have you
it's
seen the
working.
ticket prices? Have you seen the prices on Ticketmaster?
I don't know what I saw the screenshot you were talking about. I don't know what the fuck that was. The prices are still at like $40 when I check it. Like I don't know.
It's I mean, secondary is absolutely inflated because duh. But like even for where my seats are, so I sold mine to the Club America game to someone else in the assembly. But when I looked at Ticketmaster to see like what should I price these at, they were like $80 per ticket, which is stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the hell?
I was upset at that,
yeah,
and I did not sell them for that. I feel like I need to defend myself. I did not do that.
John in the 1% over here.
You sold for 75. Thank you.
Yeah, John's gonna take a limo to the game tomorrow.
The one that
fly
I'm
his
not
private
going
jet
to?
in. Yeah, you're gonna fly your
Okay.
private jet and land it on whatever that road is.
Well, I mean, yeah, I have a Harrier. I'm just gonna hover it above the field, and then I'll just rappel out of the cockpit, and then it'll fly away, and then come pick me up again after the game.
H-Man in chat said they're starting at 30 for Friday. I saw a screenshot of someone posting tickets that were on sale for like 300, and I don't know if that's what you were referencing, but that's not the case currently. You could still get tickets in the bottom bowl for 30. So like, I don't know. And granted, there will be a large contingent of Monterrey fans there. Probably not as large as Club America was, but a decent amount, you know. I think it'll be a great atmosphere, and it will not be as 50-50, 60-40.
There were 0 Club America fans there. I don't know if you saw, but it was all yellow.
It was all yellow. You're right.
Calm down, Coldplay.
True. Oh, sorry. H-Man said Friday, tomorrow. Regardless, tickets on Ticketmaster are like 30 or 40 for tomorrow. Like, they're not bad at all. John can afford to buy for the $15K fine for rushing the field after selling his tickets, is what Titan Broncos just said in chat.
Oh man, the concept of me rushing the field, like I feel like security would feel bad for me.
Oh,
poor guy. Here, let's help you back to your seat.
Someone in chat said hopefully
Monterrey fans are. I mean, 100%.
They will be.
They've got to be, right?
Even Club America fans will be like, "Yeah, I hate a lot of our fans." Like, they will be. They'll be fine. I think Club America is just that fan base with that reputation, and everyone else, to my experience, there's always a few bad apples, but like Toluca fans were wonderful.
Not Nashville. We're Apple. We're like the perfect child.
We don't even eat apples.
Not a single person in our fan base.
The apples are illegal in Nashville. So.
They're perfect.
That's why there are so many doctors.
Doctors everywhere, man. Overrun by doctors.
Can I take a second to tell my favorite crock block story? Probably since Travis asked for money.
Okay.
I don't know who it was. It was not somebody I recognized. But they were talking shit to Brent Coleman from Minnesota.
Yeah.
And eventually they got to a point like they had a can of dip and they opened it and held it to him and he came over and took some.
That's fucking amazing.
And put it in.
That's beautiful.
It's one of my favorite fan player interactions of all time.
That's great. I wish someone got video of that.
I hope so. I just don't expect that they did.
It probably got him fined, but I wish there would have been video of that.
Listen, if you're the coach, like the trainer who's in that moment, if you narc on that,
yeah,
no one's telling you shit ever again.
No,
like you have to take that to your grave or to this show.
That's fucking funny, dude.
It was amazing.
All right, we're a little under an hour. Any final words? Predictions? Despair? Hope? What you feeling?
Anxiety.
Okay.
Let's win some silverware, man.
Are we talking Oneida? What are other silverware brands? That's all I've got.
Wow.
Just give me the Leaf Cup.
John, thank you for explaining that joke because I had no fucking idea what you were talking about. Look, I want the cup so fucking bad. I want it. A 10 out of 10 cares. 11 out of 10 cares. I care so much. But I'm just happy with how things have turned out. This week's gonna be fun. This weekend's gonna be fun. I don't know. I hope we win so I can rub it in Cincinnati's face forever that we won silverware first.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not true. They won so many wooden spoons.
Well, yeah, but we won the I-65 Cup. If you want to go far enough back.
Fair.
How many I-65, Travis? How many I-65 Cups does Monterey have? By the way, can you look that up real quick?
Hold on. Let me get my calculator
They
out.
have 7 actually.
I-65
0.
goes really far.
Damn, that's
Oh yeah, don't you know that?
Yeah,
It just shows up right in Monterey.
I'm seeing a whopping 0 here on my calculator.
Wild.
Calculator.
Now, Travis, how
I'm
many
seeing,
I-65 Cups does Nashville have?
I don't know, Brian. How many do you see?
I see one. And you know what? If you multiply 0 by 3,000, it's still 0. So we have 3,000 times more I-65 Cups.
Travis, on your calculator, does it say 80,085?
Yeah.
That's a lot of I-65 Cups.
Who'da thunk?
Yeah. So
We turned
based
upside
off
down.
of that ironclad argument, we will win not only the League's Cup but Champions League and the Club World Cup because none of those
And Liga
teams.
MX.
We will also. Yeah, I heard the refs that they came off the field. They're like, I guess we'll just give them the Liga MX trophy too. I mean, they beat Club America.
It's only logical.
If we're gonna throw this game for these rat boys, we might as well give them another trophy. I mean,
Alright, you rat boys, or what I was called a redneck thief.
the redneck thief, rat boy, squeak, squeak, squeak. I'm here for it.
I feel like Redneck Thief is just the name of Travis's SoundCloud.
If we win this game, right, I will. And if we win this game and we host the final, I will order 2 of those flags I posted online of the rat with the rat, like the Bratz logo, but it says rats in front of them. I will order that. I will bring it to the game. I don't know if they'll let me in with it, but I will bring it.
You need a massive flag with a rat head on it.
Ah, yes. All right. Cool. I think that's it.
Are we if in the event of a Nashville victory tomorrow, are we doing another emergency episode?
I am down to do an emergency episode if we win.
Do it. Do it.
Okay.
At midnight when the game ends.
Not at midnight. At Wednesday. How about that?
Will you even be home yet, Brian?
No. I gotta drive to Hendersonville after probably crying in the parking lot from joy.
How much do you think the cheapest ticket for a Nashville Miami final would be?
It'll be whatever they automatically pull from my account to give me the ticket.
Fair. But what about for secondary?
Oh God, the cheapest?
My mortgage.
I bet it's honestly, yeah.
Like 200, probably the cheapest.
They were so I have a close friend who's from Philadelphia, and he kind of keeps his finger on the pulse of the union.
Gross.
He lives here. I mean, you all know him. But
Dox
he said
Dox him right now. Address.
He said the
List of fears.
The cheapest ticket for Philadelphia was like $225.
Yeah. Yeah. That'd probably be about what it is. I urge before the final word. I urge if this happens either in the final or in a third place game, if we face Miami, I urge all of you who have the ticket, don't fucking sell your ticket. If you need a surgery or something, you have to make an emergency car payment. I understand it. Sell the ticket. Otherwise, do not sell the ticket. Go to the game and let's scream at Messi together because we are maniacs and it is a lot of fun when all of our fans gang up on one player, and I want to do that with Messi. I just want to have fun.
Why pick Messi though? Why can't we all yell at Jordi Alba?
And we can do that too.
I
Jordi Alba.
yell at Yedlin.
I hate Jordi Alba with a burning passion.
We
Always have.
We can scream it all. We I don't know. Maybe the David Beckham Spice will be there, and we can scream at the Spice Girls.
Why I knew you meant posh, but in my head I went oregano.
Oregano spice, yes.
That's not even
Delicious. All right, we're ending the podcast. See you guys tomorrow at the stadium or today or whenever you listen to this. And go Nashville. Goodbye.
See ya.